happens to a dream deferred? Let me paint Harlem for you, word for word. Moved to Harlem 1921. Renaissance brewing where the culture spun. From Missouri dirt to the A-train line. Watching black folk turn their pain to wine. Wrote the Negro speaks of rivers at 17. Saw Euphrates in the Harlem stream. Langston Hughes with the poet's eye. Turned tenement blues to butterfly. Speakeasies humming, rent party jumping. While the white folks uptown steady slumming. They love the jazz but hate the jazzmen. That's the paradox of crafting and typewriter clicking. Midnight oil burning. Writing truth while the cotton club's turning. Profits off our culture won't let us in the door. That's the dream deferred, but there's more.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it drive like a raisin in the sun?
Harlem's heart beating every word. New Negro rising, we ain't done, we ain't done.
What happens to a dream deferred?
Does it fester like a soaring run? Langston's visions forever heard. The Renaissance came, but we ain't done.
Wrote montage of a dream deferred. Later on, 1951, but the root was strong. Back in the 20s when we thought we'd arrive, Harlem was the place where black dreams survive. But survival ain't the same as free. Still, second class in the land of liberty. Wrote about the common folk, not the talented 10th. Du Bois had his vision. I had a different bent. Blues people, jazz people, everyday souls. That's who I wrote for, that's who made me whole. Zora in the South collecting folklore while I caught the rhythm on the tenement floor. From the weary blues to montage of a dream, I documented Harlem, the nightmare and the gleam. Ask the questions that America ignore. What happens when you keep breaking your word? Yeah.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Harlem's heart beating every word. New Negro rising, we ain't done, we ain't done. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it fester like a soaring run? Langston's vision forever heard. The Renaissance came, but we ain't done.
They called it the new Negro movement, hell yeah. But new don't mean better if the system's still here. Ellen Locke had the manifesto tight, but I wrote for the brother on the corner at night. The washerwoman, the porter, the cook. Their stories deserve more than a footnote in the book. So I turn their pain into poetry gold. Blues, rhythms, and jazz, let the truth be told. 1926, the weary blues dropped. First book published, couldn't be stopped. But the Renaissance died when the market crashed. 1929, dreams turned to ash. Yet the words remain like seeds in soil. The rain hands bury, borrow my titles, toil. A raisin in the sun from my deferred dream. Harlem's heartbeat became the global scream. Traveled the world, but Harlem was home. Moscow, Paris, Madrid, I roam. Saw oppression rock, different faces, same. Came back and wrote it, no shame in my game. Simple stories, complex truths within. Jesse be simple to every man's kin. Laughing to keep from crying, that's the black way. Turn yesterday's sorrow to tomorrow's play. The question I asked in 1951 still echoes now. The battle ain't won. What happens to a dream deferred? Maybe it explodes, you heard the word. From Harlem to Ferguson, the question's alive. How long can a people's dream be denied? Langston Hughes asked it with a poet's grace. Now hip-hop asks it with a boom-bap bass.
What happens to a dream deferred?
Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun? Harlem's heart beating every word. New Negro rising, we ain't done, we ain't done.
What happens to a dream deferred?
Does it fester like a soaring run? Langston's vision forever heard. The Renaissance came, but we ain't done. Or does it explode? Harlem 1920 to forever. The dream ain't deferred no more, it's now or never. Langston saw it coming, wrote it down in verse. The Renaissance lives on, for better or worse.
Ellen Locke, 1925. The new Negro. We came alive. Yeah. Ellen Locke with the Howard University mind. First black Rhodes Scholar, redefined what it meant to be Negro in America's eyes. Wrote the Manifesto, no more compromise. The new Negro anthology drop, cultural declaration, couldn't be stopped. not the old Negro shuffling and bowing. New generation seed was sowing, from talented 10th to the masses rising. Art, literature, music surprising. White America thought they knew our place. Locke said, nah, we setting our own pace. Migration brought us north by the million strong. Harlem became the stage for freedom's song. Not begging for rights, reclaiming what's ours. The new Negro movement, reclaiming the hour.
We are the new Negro, can't you see? Art and intellect setting us free. No more Sambo, no more shame. We writing our own story, claiming our name. The new Negro, standing tall. Harlem's a capital, answering the call. From self-hatred to self-respect, the Renaissance born. What did you expect?
Yo, Locke says psychology over sociology change how we see ourselves, that's theology. Not waiting for white folks to validate. We creating our own culture, our own fate. 1919, red summer violence, but we responded with creative defiance. While they burned and lynched with hatred's fire, we built temples of art, reaching higher. Aaron Douglas painting aspects of Negro life. County Cullen turning struggle to literary night. Claude McKay with If We Must Die. Defensive aggression, no longer shy. The Harlem Salon with thinkers convened. Aaliyah Walker's parties, unprecedented scene. Black and white, gay and straight mixing. In Harlem's Renaissance, stereotypes in.
We are the new Negro, can't you see? Art and intellect setting us free. No more Sambo, no more shame. We writing our own story, claiming our name. The new Negro, standing tall. Harlem's the capital, answering the call. From self-hatred to self-respect, the Renaissance born. What did you expect?
Locke was gay in a hostile time, coded as truth in scholarly rhyme. Believed in beauty, aesthetic supreme. Culture could liberate beyond the political scheme. Some disagreed, wanted more direct action, but Locke knew art caused chain reaction. Changed the mind, the policy follows. That's why he championed the days, not tomorrows. Collected works from Hurston to Hughes, gave platform to diverse Negro views. Rural and urban folk and refined a new Negro anthology. One of a kind, but he had critics. Du Bois among them said art without politics was just mayhem. Yet Locke persisted, believed in the vision. Art is weapon, precise incision. The movement peaked, but the concept stayed. New Negro became the foundation laid for every movement after. Standing on our shoulders, black power, black arts getting bolder. Locke tore the Howard to 1953, mentoring generations, planting the seed. First black philosophy, PhD from Harvard's halls to Harlem Street. The Manifesto said we're not monolithic. From blues to bebop, we're prolific. From Garvey's nationalism to Du Bois integration, the new Negro held space for every station. Died in 1954, same year as Brown decision. Education and culture, parallel vision. The new Negro never really died, just evolved, transformed worldwide.
We are the new Negro, can't you see? Art and intellect setting us free. No more Sambo, no more shame. We writing our own story, claiming our name. The new Negro, standing tall. Harlem's the capital, answering the call. From self-hatred to self-respect, the Renaissance born. What did you expect?
Ellen Locke asked, what are we? Then answered, whatever we choose to be. The new Negro, forever redefined. Every generation, a new state of mind.
Zora, Neale, Hurston, collecting stories like gold. From Eatonville to Harlem, truth be told. Born in Eatonville, 1891. All black town where childhood was spun. From floor to soil to Harlem's concrete. Zora brought the folklore, made the circle complete. Studied with Franz Boas, anthropology degree. First black woman documenting what she could see. Went back south with a researcher's eye. Recording hoodoo blues, the truths they deny. While Harlem intellectuals wrote in standard prose. Zora wrote dialect, that's how the culture flows. They called it primitive, she called it authentic.
Her methodology, simply poetic, collecting folk tales in lumber camps and juke joints. Where real black life hit its pressure points. Not the talented 10th in they Sunday best, but the folk who kept culture in their chest. Zora's anthropology, studying wheat, turning oral tradition to literary key. From mules and men to their eyes watching God. She walked the dirt roads that scholars never tried. Zora's anthropology, preserving the soul. Every story she collected made the culture whole. Not ashamed of the South or the dialect spoken. She gave voice to a people, their spirit unbroken. 1925, came to Harlem with 5. Barnard, college graduate, climbing high. Worked with Langston on a play called Mule Bone. Friendship exploded, both felt alone. Creative differences, ego and pride. But both were giants that can't be denied. Published Jonas Goodvine, 34. Brew a black life, never told before. Not the protest novel that publishers wanted. She wrote Black Joy, let that be flaunted. Why every story gotta be about white oppression? Black folks got love, humor, our own expression. Their eyes were watching God, 37. Janie's journey from hell to heaven. Love lost, self-discovery profound. But critics dismissed it, kept Zora down. Zora's anthropology, studying wheat, turning oral tradition to literary key. From mules and men to their eyes watching God. She walked the dirt roads that scholars never tried. Zora's anthropology, preserving the soul. Every story she collected made the culture whole. Not ashamed of the South or the dialect spoken. She gave voice to a people, their spirit unbroken. Documented hoodoo in New Orleans deep. Marie Laveau's legacy, secrets to keep. Went to Haiti, studied voodoo firsthand. White anthropologists couldn't understand. She was insider and outsider both, educated elite. But took the folk oath, detention defined her entire career. Too black for whites, not black enough for peers. Richard Wright called her a minstrel show. Said she pandered to white folks, kept us low. But Zora knew something Wright didn't see. Black culture's complex, not just misery. We laugh, we love, we conjure and create. Not every story got a sin on hate. She preserved what would have been lost to time. Folk tales, spirituals, rhythm and rhyme. Died broke in 1960, welfare line. Buried in unmarked grave, such a crime. Worked as a maid in her final days. The same folks she documented, similar ways. Alice Walker found her grave in 73. Placed a headstone, genius of the South decree. Spark a Zora Renaissance, books were printed. Now she's canonical, no longer hinted. Their eyes were watching God, became a classic. Taught in every school, impact massive. But in a time, largely ignored. Died thinking the work was just stored. Never knew she'd inspire generations later. Every black woman writer calls her creator. Zora's anthropology preserved our soul, made the folk tradition critically whole. Zora's anthropology, studying wheat, turning oral tradition to literary key. From mules and men to their eyes watching God. She walked the dirt roads that scholars never tried. Zora's anthropology, preserving the soul. Every story she collected made the culture whole. Not ashamed of the South or the dialect spoken. She gave voice to a people, their spirit unbroken. From Eatonville to eternity, Zora preserved what others couldn't see. The genius of the South, forever bold. Her anthropology turned our stories to gold.
From Jamaica to Harlem, warrior poet Claude McKay with the revolutionary flow. You know it.
Born in Jamaica, 1890. British colony, but the spirit was free. Wrote in Jamaican patois first, poetry of the people, quenching the thirst. Came to America, 1912, Tuskegee Institute, then knowledge to delve. Kansas State after, but Harlem called. The Renaissance needed a voice and a Paul. Wrote If We Must Die in 1919. Red summer violence, most brutal scene. White mobs attacking, burning, lynching. McKay's pen struck back without flinching. Like men will face the murderous, cowardly pack. First Renaissance voice to truly fight back. Not begging for mercy, not asking politely. Defensive
resistance, stated it rightly. Claude McKay's voyage, Jamaica to the world, revolutionary banner forever unfurled. If we must die, the battle cry, not just survive, but with honor die. McKay's voyage, international soul, Harlem to Moscow playing his role. Communist, Pan-Africanist, poet supreme, living the struggle, not just a dream. Published Harlem Shadows 22, first major book of Renaissance true. Sonnets with a militant edge, last a reform revolutionary pledge. Moved to Soviet Union 23, saw communism as black folks key, but grew disillusioned with the party line. They used black struggle for their own design. Wrote home to Harlem in 28, first bestseller by a Harlem great, but the black elite called it crude. Too much sex, too much attitude. Du Bois hated it, said it set us back. McKay said, nah, this is real black. Not every story gotta be respectable. Working class life is still acceptable. Claude McKay's voyage, Jamaica to the world, revolutionary banner forever unfurled. If we must die, the battle cry, not just survive, but with honor die. McKay's voyage, international soul, Harlem to Moscow playing his role. Communist, Pan-Africanist, poet supreme, living a struggle, not just a dream. Travel Europe, Africa, searching for home. Spent 12 years abroad, refused to roam. Back to stereotype or safe Negro box. He was global black, revolutionary orthodox. Wrote banjo in France, Marseille setting. Black dock workers, their stories getting told through vagabond characters raw. McKay documented what he saw. Not the talented 10th in their high society, but the folk living in impropriety, yet finding joy, community resistance, living with dignity despite existence. He influenced the negritude movement. Senghor Cipher felt his improvement on how black writers could claim their space. International blackness, not just one place. Return to Harlem 1934. Renaissance was dying, depression's war. Wrote Harlem Negro, Metropolis 40. Critical assessment, sometimes hearty. Saw the movement's flaws, contradictions. Elite versus folk, those were the frictions. Converted to Catholicism late in life. Surprising turn, caused some strife. Died in Chicago 1948. Largely forgotten, such a fate. But if we must die, remained immortal. Winston Churchill raided, opened the portal. Used it for white soldiers in World War II. Never knowing a black Jamaican wrote it through. McKay's voyage from Kingston to eternity. The warrior poet who fought with sincerity. McKay's voyage, Jamaica to the world, revolutionary banner forever unfurled. If we must die, the battle cry, not just survive, but with honor die. McKay's voyage, international soul, Harlem to Moscow playing his role. Communist, Pan-Africanist, poet supreme, living a struggle, not just a dream. If we must die, let it not be like hogs. Claude McKay taught us to fight through the fog. Jamaica to Harlem, the world in between. The most militant voice the Renaissance had seen.
Josephine Becker, St. Louis to Paris, from the Chestnut Valley to the City of Lights, most dairy. Born free to Josephine, 1906. St. Louis serum, survival tricks. Witness these St. Louis riots, 17. White mobs burning black folks, most of them seen at 8 years old. Saw the hatred clear. A trauma shaped her entire career. Danced on street corners for nickels and dimes. Married at 13, desperate times. Second marriage at 15, still a child. But Josephine's spirit couldn't be filed. Joined the Dixie Steppers, dancing troupe. Moved to New York, joined the loop. Shuffle along on Broadway, 21. Comedy dancer, but she just begun. Crossed her eyes, made funny faces. Using minstrelsy to climb the places. Josephine's Paris escape left America behind. I'm freedom where they appreciate it. Come on, Live Baker, the Barnes Venus, international star. In French, she could be exactly who you are. Josephine's Paris
Paris escape, refused to bow. Came back to fight, took the vow. From banana skirt to resistance spy. She lived free or was willing to die. 1925, Paris called her main. Loud of you, Negro, brought the fame. Dance topless with a banana spurt. White American said it hurt. Our image, our progress, our respectability. The Josephine said, nah, this is my ability to control my own sexuality. Not to morality, not reality. Between the ice, paid entertainer in Europe. While back home, that folks still couldn't vote. Learn French, became a citizen. 27, never going back again to a country that hated her blackness. Paris left her, showed her attractiveness. Was it exoticism? Sure, hardly true, but it be Jim Crow, that much she knew. Josephine's Paris escape left America behind. Found freedom where they appreciated her mind. Like babe for the bronze Venus, international star. In France, she could be exactly who you are. Josephine's Paris escape, refused to bow. Came back to fight, took the vow. From banana skirt to resistance spy. She lived free or was willing to die. World War II, she joined the resistance. French intelligence, going the distance. Smuggled secrets in a sheet music. Used the fame, stayed elusive, boosters. Performed for troops, black and white, but refused segregated shows, that's right. Even in war, she drew the line. Equality, or I decline. Awarded medals, Croix de Guerre, Legion of Honor, beyond compare. But America still wouldn't let her perform in venues, but Jim Crow was the norm. 51, tried touring states again. Store club diffused her, felt the pain. Grace Kelly stood up, walked down too. Some white allies actually came too. Adopted 12 children. The rainbow tribe, different races, showing reconvived in harmony. One human family, that was Joseph's philosophy. Orange on Washington, 63, only woman speak up officially. Stood with King in a French uniform, representing the global reform. Died in carriage lights, whole 75. They after a comeback show alive. With standing ovations, full circle complete. From St. Louis poverty to Parisian elite. 20,000 mourners at a funeral line. First American woman with French honors divine. Military honors, 21 gun salute. Josephine Baker, forever absolute. Josephine's fins escape, left America behind. Found freedom where they appreciated her mind. Like Baker, the bronze Venus, international star. In France, she could be exactly who you are. Josephine's Paris escape, refused to bow. Came back to fight, took the vow. From banana skirt to resistance spy. She lived free and was willing to die. From the slums to the stage, from shame to fame. Josephine played the game, but changed the game. Paris was escape, but also the fight to live as a black woman in her own light.
Cotton Club, Harlem's finest stage. Black excellence for the white folks gaze. Open 1923 on Lenox Ave, with Duke Ellington's orchestra would pave the way for jazz to reach elite white ears. But black patrons not allowed for years. The paradox defined in every show. Black entertainers, white only crowd though. Paid top dollar to see exotic acts. Jungle clean stereotypes, those were the facts. Only mad and gangster on the spot. Prohibition era, speakeasy hot. Bootleg liquor flow and mob control. While black artistry was bought and sold. Duke Ellington's band, the house band supreme. 1927, living the dream. Or was it playing for folks who wouldn't let us see that they restaurants? That's what upset us. Cotton Club paradox, talent on display for audiences who lynch us the next day.
We made the music, they made the profit. The Renaissance dark side, can't stop it. Cotton Club paradox, beauty and shame. Playing the game to elevate the name. Was it worth it? History can't decide. We shined on that stage with complicated pride. Cab Calloway took over 1931. Minnie the Moocher made him #1. His hidey ho became a national craze, while we still couldn't sit in the Cotton Club's gaze. As patrons, only performers allowed, entertain the white folks, make them proud of their liberal appreciation of Negro art, while their hearts held segregation's dark part. Lena Horne got a start on that floor, 17 years old, opening the door to Hollywood later. But at what cost? Light skin privilege while dark folks lost. The Cotton Club had a color line within, light bright porous girls, let them in. Darker performers better be exceptional, otherwise you weren't presentable. Cotton Club paradox, talent on display for audiences who lynch us the next day. We made the music, they made the profit. The Renaissance dark side, can't stop it. Cotton Club paradox, beauty and shame. Playing the game to elevate the name. Was it worth it? History can't decide. We shined on that stage with complicated pride. Hit the waters at Adelaide Hall. The legends performed in a space where racial etiquette was norm. To humiliate while it elevated. That's how the Cotton Club operated. Duke composed black and tan fantasy commentary on his whole tragedy. The music transcended the ugly space, but couldn't erase the power's face. Downtown whites slumming in Harlem nights, fetishizing blackness, stealing our sights, our sounds, our culture, our creative soul, while maintaining systemic control. Some say we should have boycotted, refused, but survival meant the stage we used to showcase genius, get our names known, even if we couldn't call a club our own. 1936 finally integrated after Harlem rioted. Demonstrated against the hypocrisy. The blatant wrong took 13 years, way too long. But by then the Renaissance was fading fast. Depression hit, nothing could last. The Cotton Club moved to Midtown later. Lost its mystique, became a crater of what it was. The magic gone, but the paradox lives on and on. Every time black art is commodified for white consumption, we're still denied full ownership, full respect, full pay. The Cotton Club model alive today. So we remember both the beauty and the pain, the genius and the exploitation. Stain Club paradox, talent on display for audiences who lynch us the next day. We made the music, they made the profit. The Renaissance dark side, can't stop it. Cotton Club paradox, beauty and shame. Playing the game to elevate the name. Was it worth it? History can't decide. We shine on that stage with complicated pride. The Cotton Club closed, but the lesson remains. When we make the culture, but don't control the games, we're still performing on someone else's stage. The paradox continues, age after age.
Every Renaissance got a shadow side. Let's talk about what the history books hide. Harlem Renaissance, they painted bright. Art and culture reach a new height. But let's discuss the darkness and the light. Colorism, classism, internal fight. Light skin versus dark, the paper bag test. If you're darker than the bag, you ain't the best. For certain clubs, certain social events, color struck mentality, where does it went? Started with slavery, continued through freedom. House slave versus field, that's how they see them. Divide and conquer. Still working in the 20s, Harlem's elite parties, not inviting plenty. Dark-skinned folks, unless they super talented, they interracial prejudice. Let's examine it. Nellie Lawson wrote Passing 29, exploring color lines we drew in our own mind. Renaissance Noir, the shadow side. All that glitters ain't gold, nowhere to hide. We built a movement, but kept some out. Class divisions, what's that about? Renaissance Noir, uncomfortable truths from our own community. Need a proof, not just white supremacy we fought, but our own hierarchies we brought. The talented 10th versus the folk. Du Bois' philosophy, was it woke?
Or was it elitism dressed as progress? Only the educated could address. The racist problems led the way forward while the masses stayed in the background ignored. Zora challenged this, Wallace Thurman too. Said everyday folks got wisdom too. But the Renaissance leaders mostly agreed. Respectability, politics, that's the creed. Don't embarrass the race, act proper and right. Prove the white folks were civilized, polite. Meanwhile, working class Harlem was diverse. Caribbean, Southern, for better or worse. Tensions between American born and immigrants. Who's more authentic? The arguments. Renaissance Noir.
The shadow side, all that glitters ain't gold, nowhere to hide. We built a movement, but kept some out. Class divisions, what's that about?
Renaissance Noir.
Uncomfortable truths from our own community need the proof. Not just white supremacy we fought, but our own hierarchies we brought.
Sexual politics got messy too. LGBTQ folks, what they went through. Harlem had a vibrant queer scene. Drag balls, house parties in between. Respectability and liberation fought. Some leaders wanted it hidden, not taught. That black excellence included queer folk. Meanwhile, they thrived despite the yoke of heteronormativity's pressure. Gladys Bentley, masculine dresser, performed in tuxedo, didn't hide. But after the Renaissance had to reside back in the closet. 50s conformity, the movement's acceptance had deformity. Some celebrated, some condemned. Depends on who you ask, how it's penned. Then there's the money, who controlled the wealth. White patrons funding black artistic stealth. Charlotte Mason, the patron most known, funded Hurston Hughes, but wanted to own their creative output. Dictated terms, made them perform like circus worms for her entertainment. Her approval needed before their work could be completed. Financial dependency created power. White money in a black Renaissance tower. Was it collaboration or exploitation? Both probably. Complex equation. The movement ended when the money dried. 1929, the market died. Prove we built on shaky foundation. Economic vulnerability of the nation. Renaissance Noir.
The shadow side, all that glitters ain't gold, nowhere to hide. We built a movement, but kept some out. Class divisions, what's that about?
Renaissance Noir.
Uncomfortable truths from our own community need the proof. Not just white supremacy we fought, but our own hierarchies we brought.
The Renaissance was beautiful, don't get it twisted. But the full truth can't be resisted. We were human, flawed, contradictory. That's what makes it real history. The light and the shadow, both are true. That's the Renaissance Noir coming through. 1920 to 1930, when Harlem was the capital, black and sturdy. Picture this, Lenox Avenue at midnight. Jazz clubs jumping, everything's right. Savoy Ballroom, Lindy Hopper's flying. Apollo Theater, stars are rising, trying to make their name in the Negro capital where culture's flowing. Undeniable, magical, from 135 down to Strivers Row. Brownstones filled with intellectuals glow. Rent parties every weekend, 25 cents. Piano players bootleg, common sense to survive the rent bill, community tight. Harlem in the 20s was pure delight. Migration brought 1 million strong from southern cotton fields where we didn't belong to northern promised land. Harlem was it, the black mecca, where we finally fit.
When Harlem was capital of the black world, every flag of culture proudly unfurled from Strivers Road to Sugar Hill Height. We own the day, we own the night. When Harlem was capital, we stood tall. Art, music, literature, we had it all. The new Negro's home, freedom stage, Harlem's golden decade. The ultimate age.
Small's paradise, Connie's in. The clubs were packed from dusk to dawn, that's a fact. Willie the Lion Smith on the keys, James P. Johnson making melodies. Stride piano born in Harlem's heart. Every corner has some form of art. Street speakers on 7th Avenue.
Marcus Garvey, Hubert Harrison too. Ladders and soapboxes, political fire, debating socialism, black empire. From integration to separation views, every ideology. Goddess News, The Crisis Magazine, Dubois editing, Opportunity Journal, Charles Johnson's heading. Negro World for Garvey's movement strong. Harlem had the platform all along.
When Harlem was capital of the black world, every flag of culture proudly unfurled. From Stravers Road to Sugar Hill Height, we own the day, we own the night. When Harlem was capital, we stood tall. Art, music, literature, we had it all. The new Negro's home, freedom stage, Harlem's golden decade. The ultimate age.
The nightlife was legendary, that's no lie. But daytime, Harlem made spirits fly. Schomburg Center collecting black history. Before it was cool, solving the mystery of African origins, diaspora connections. Arturo Schomburg building the collections. Public library became a shrine to black knowledge. Crossing every line, Harlem Hospital, trained black doctors. When others wouldn't, broke the blockers. Schools filled with migrant children's dreams. Education a bridge, or so it seems. Churches were political and spiritual both. Abyssinian Baptist, Adam Powell's oath to fight for justice. Feed the poor, Harlem's churches did so much more. Sugar Hill, where the elite resided. W.E.B. Du Bois, perfectly guided. Aaliyah Walker's Dark Tower Salon, where artists mingled from dusk to dawn. Thurgood Marshall walked these streets before Supreme Court, laying the beats for legal strategy that would come later. Paul Robeson, the agitator, actor, athlete, activist, voice, made Harlem his launching point, his choice. Every major black figure of the time came through Harlem. It was prime, real estate booming, black businesses grew. Madam C.J. Walker, her daughter too, built empires in cosmetics and hair. When Harlem was capital, we were there.
When Harlem was capital of the black world, every flag of culture proudly unfurled. From Stravers Road to Sugar Hill Height, we own the day, we own the night. When Harlem was capital, we stood tall. Art, music, literature, we had it all. The new Negro's home, freedom stage, Harlem's golden decade. The ultimate age. The ultimate age.
October 29, the market crashed. The golden age in the history dashed. But for one decade, one glorious run, Harlem was the capital. We were one. The spirit never died, just transformed. Every black renaissance since has been informed by when Harlem was capital of the world and the new Negro banner was unfurled.
Billy Strayhorn wrote it. Duke made it famous. Take the A train to Harlem. No need to explain this. 1939, Billy Strayhorn composed the quickest way to Harlem, everybody knows. Take the A train, express from downtown to the cultural capital, the black crown of America, where the Renaissance bloomed, where jazz and literature consumed. Every corner, every block, every street, the A train carried the heartbeat of migration, the movement of going home to Harlem where black folks could roam. Free, or at least freer than most places. The A train carried hopeful faces from Penn Station up to Sugar Hill. From struggle to dreams we could fulfill. Billy Strayhorn captured that journey's feel, and brass and swing made it real.
You must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill, way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find you missed the quickest way to Harlem. The concrete express, the freedom ride, from downtown oppression to Harlem pride. Take the A train, that's the way to reach the Renaissance every day.
Billy Strayhorn
was Duke's right-hand man. Tall Rosa, arranger, had the plan for Ellington Orchestra's greatest hits. But Billie never got the credits he deserved, stayed in Duke's shadow. Yet his genius made the music flow like nothing else. Sophisticated and sweet, take the A train became the fleet. Flagship of Duke's repertoire sound. But Billie's name wasn't widely found till much later, after his death. He gave Duke his musical breath and asked for little recognition. That was Billie's humble position. Gay black man in a hostile time, used music as his only climb, yeah. You must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find you missed the quickest way to Harlem. The Concrete Express, the freedom ride, from downtown oppression to Harlem Prime. Take the A train, that's the way to reach the Renaissance every day. The A train itself was more than transit. It was symbol of the great migrations transit from south to north, from field to city, from Jim Crow violence to urban gritty reality that still beats Southern terror. The A train carried hope, no error, in the minds of those who wrote it up, to Harlem where they could fill their cup. With culture, community, possibility, the train represented mobility, social, economic, geographic too. From Penn Station to 125, the view changed from white Manhattan's grid to black Harlem where our people live. Concentrated power, numbers meant strength. The A train covered that length, yeah. Duke Ellington made it the signature song, opening theme, played it all along. His career from 41 forward, every show started with that chord, progression, that horn arrangement type, Billie's composition, Duke spotlight, that's how it worked. Complicated relationship, but the music transcending that partnerships, politics, and gave us anthem pure for Harlem's legacy to endure through decades of change and transformation. The A train remained the station journey that defined the Harlem Renaissance is mine. Embodied, soul and spirit too. Take the A train, still rings true.
All aboard the A Train Express. Next stop Harlem, nothing less than the cultural capital of black America. From the Renaissance to the modern era, the train keeps rolling, never stops. From bebop to hip hop.
Now we flip it to boom bap, same energy. The A train becomes the legacy, a movement, a journey, a destination. Harlem as the foundation for everything that came after. Hip hop's birth, the next chapter. In the story, Billie Strayhorn started when he musically charted the course from downtown to uptown, from silence to sound, from frown to smile, from oppression to expression. The A train taught the lesson that geography matters, space is power, concentration in that hour. A renaissance gave us strength to create. Take the A train, don't be late, yeah.
You must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find you missed the quickest way to Harlem. The Concrete Express, the freedom ride, from downtown oppression to Harlem pride. Take the A train, that's the way to reach the Renaissance every day. Still riding that train in 2026.
Billie's genius in the mix.
From Harlem's past to hip-hop's present.
Take the A train, heaven sent.
Billie Strayhorn, the unsung hero.
Duke Ellington
brought it from zero with a nation that anthem status. The A train keeps rolling, that's just how the Renaissance works. Collaboration, creating art that builds a nation within a nation. Harlem strong, take the A train all along. Yeah, the journey continues, the ride ain't done. From 1941 to everyone who ever needed to find their way home to Harlem, where black excellence roam. Take the A train, take the A train, the Concrete Express.
Billie Holiday, 1939. The bravest song ever sung in our time.
A
Mabel Maripal wrote the poem first. Teacher from the Bronx felt the thirst for justice after seeing photographs of racial terror's brutal aftermath. Published it as bitter fruit, and 37 showed America as hell. Not heaven and set it to music. Brought it to Billie at Cafe Society downtown. Really, the first integrated nightclub in the city. Billie sang it, showed no pity for white audiences, discomfort and shame. Called out America's racist game in 3 minutes of devastating truth about the South's violence, the bitter proof that democracy was a lie we told, while black bodies swung in the cold.
Strange fruit hanging from the trees, Billie saying what America wouldn't see. The truth about the violence and the hate. Strange fruit, the bodies, the debate over whether we were human at all. Billie's voice became the call, the witness to remember, to never forget. Strange fruit, the historical dead.
The Renaissance was ending when she sang it. 1939, couldn't contain it. The brutal reality that art alone couldn't change, couldn't atone for the violence that continued to rage. While Harlem built its cultural stage, Billie brought the darkness to the light, forced everyone to see the sight of what was happening down south. Put the horror in their mouth, made them taste the bitterness we knew every day, not just a few incidents, but systematic terror made it impossible to error in understanding what we face, how our humanity was erased.
Strange fruit hanging from the trees, Billie saying what America wouldn't see. The truth about the violence and the hate. Strange fruit, the bodies, the debate.
Columbia Records refused to record it. Said the content was too morbid for commercial release, too controversial. But Billie knew it was reversal of the silence and the covering up. America needed to drink this cup of truth, no matter how bitter. She recorded it with Commodore, no quitter. Was Billie Holiday when it came to truth. She sang it despite the proof that it would hurt her career, her life. Cut through the music industry like a knife. FBI watched her after that song, considered her dangerous all along. Not just a junkie, but a political threat. That's what singing truth will get. Yeah. Every time she performed it, demanded silence. No drinking, no talking, no violence against the solemnity of the moment. Billie understood the component of ritual, of witnessing, of memorial. This wasn't entertainment, it was a tutorial, testimony to the crimes unpunished, the lives taken. The futures vanished because of skin color, nothing more. Billie kept the score of America's sins in her voice, made the audience make a choice to look away or finally see what black folks live through constantly, the fear, the terror, the random death. Billie sang it with her whole breath. The Renaissance tried to prove we were human, tried to move white America to see our worth through art, through culture, through rebirth. But Billie showed that wasn't enough. The reality was still rough, still violent, still deadly, still happening against our will. Strange fruit, the bitter truth of what we face from birth to youth to death, often too soon. Billie sang beneath the moon of southern trees and northern lies. Both places held our cries. Time magazine called it the song of the century, but Billie paid the penalty for singing truth to power's face. They hounded her, wouldn't give her space to live, to heal, to just exist. She stayed on the FBI's list till the day she died in 59, handcuffed to a hospital bed. That's the sign of how America treats prophets who speak truth despite the cost. Billie knew she paid a price, but sang it anyway. Sacrifice for the memory of those who died, for the families who cried, for the justice never served. Strange fruit forever preserved.
Now we flip it to boom bap drums. The legacy still comes through every generation, fighting for the truth, for the writing of history that doesn't hide the violence, the genocide by any other name. The systematic killing that was automatic for being black in America. Billie's song, the barrier broke through silence and complicity, made witnessing a necessity. Strange fruit and Harlem trees. the bravest song she ever composed. Strange fruit hanging from the trees. Billie saying what America wouldn't see. The truth about the violence and the hate. Strange fruit, the body's the debate over whether we were human at all. Billie's voice became the call to witness, to remember, to never forget. Strange fruit, the historical dead.
We owe to those who died unnamed. Billie made sure they were claimed in memory, in song, in history's page.
Duke said it in 32. Still true today.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing, that swing, that swing.
Duke Ellington composed it, Ivy Anderson sang 1932, let the whole thing bang. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Philosophy and music, that's the real thing. Not just notes on a page, technical skill. It's the feel, the vibe, the spiritual thrill. Harlem knew this truth before Duke put it down. Every rent party, every club in town, you could play perfect, every note precise. But without soul, it ain't worth the price. The swing is the space between the beats, where the magic lives, where the culture meets. Technical and spiritual, mind and heart, that's what separated us from the start. European classical played it straight. We bent the notes, made them syncopate. It don't mean a thing. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do what, do what, do what, do what. From the Cotton Club stage to the block we bring. That swing, that soul, that's everything. It don't mean a thing. It don't mean a thing. Gotta feel it inside. Technical perfection ain't where we reside. We live in the pocket, the groove, the feel. Duke taught us that swing is what makes it real. The song became an anthem, jazz standard supreme. Every musician after chase that dream to capture swing, that elusive thing. Can't teach it in school, can't make it sing. Through theory alone, it's cultural DNA. Passed from generation the African way. Polyrhythms from the motherland drums transform the jazz where the swing comes from. Duke's orchestra at the Cotton Club height, playing for white folks every single night. But the swing belonged to us, couldn't appropriate. They could listen and admire but not replicate. The feeling that comes from survival's dance, turning oppression to art, that's the stance. Every trumpet blast, every saxophone cry contained our history, you can't deny. It don't mean a thing, don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do what, do what, do what, do what. From the Cotton Club stage to the block we bring. That swing, that soul, that's everything. It don't mean a thing, don't mean a thing. Gotta feel it inside. Technical perfection ain't where we reside. We live in the pocket, the groove, the feel. Duke taught us that swing is what makes it real. Fast forward to hip-hop, 80s on the scene, sampling Duke swing, you know what I mean. From it don't mean a thing, the boom bap drums, the same philosophy where the feeling comes. You could have the best equipment, cleanest mix, but without soul, it's just technical tricks. The swing became the pocket, the head nod groove, that's how you know the beat got the move. DJ Premier, Pete Rock, they understood the space between the snare, that's where it's good. J Dilla took it further, drum feel off kilter timing, but it's more real than quantized perfection. Computer made, the human element can't be played by machines alone. Need that swing thing. Duke said it first, now hip hop sing. The Renaissance understood culture over commerce. Yeah, they made money, but the art came first. Duke could've played it safe, European style, but he chose to swing, made it worthwhile to preserve what came from African roots. Jazz, blues, swing, those are the fruits of our survival, our resistance, our joy. Every melody a cultural ploy against the forces trying to erase us. The swing is rebellion, nothing can replace us. Now boom bap carries that same torch. The swing lives on, can't be scorched by commercialization or industry greed. Long as we remember what Duke decreed, it don't mean a thing without that swing. From Harlem hip hop we still bring. It don't mean a thing, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do what, do what, do what, do what. From the Cotton Club stage to the block we bring. That swing, that soul, that's everything. It don't mean a thing, it don't mean a thing. Gotta feel it inside. Technical perfection ain't where we reside. We live in the pocket, the groove, the
Taught us that swing is what makes it real. Duke Ellington, 1932, gave us the formula, we keep it true. From jazz to hip hop, the swing remains in our DNA, flowing through our veins. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do I, do I, do I, do I. Let the whole block sing. Block sing, block sing.
Gershwin wrote it, but Billie owned it. Summertime when the living ain't easy.
George Gershwin, white composer, 1935, wrote Porgy and Bess kept the opera alive. Summertime became the jewel, the crown, but it's complicated, let me break it down. Written about black southern life he never lived, appropriation or appreciation, what he give. Dubose Hayward wrote the words with care, but neither man walked in shoes we wear. Still Billie Holiday made it hers somehow, sang it like she lived it, took a vow to transform their vision to our truth. Summertime in the tenement, that's the proof. Not cotton fields and catfish jumping high, but fire escapes where babies cry. Through human nights when the rent's past due, that's the summertime we really knew. Summertime and the living ain't easy. Tenement heat got the whole block queasy. Fish ain't jumping, cotton ain't high. Papa's struggling, mama's getting by. Summertime in the city's grip, Harlem summer, just try not to slip. One of these mornings we gonna rise, till then we sing these lullabies. The melody haunts like human night air, sticking slow, you feel it everywhere. Billie's version in 1936 added blue notes Gershwin didn't fix. She bent those notes like she been a pain into something beautiful, that's a game. From Baltimore poverty to Harlem stages, Billie knew summertime through the ages. Men no school, kids in the streets all day. Open hydrants, that's how we play. Our parents work doubles, sometimes triples, to keep us fed, that ain't no riddles. Summertime was survival season. Heat and hunger, need no reason. The song became a jazz standard eternal, but the context is decidedly urnal. Ella sang it, Sarah Vaughan too. Every jazz vocalist ran it through. Their interpretation, their unique pain, making Gershwin's melody sustain. Beyond his original intention, we gave it dimension. Our retention of ancestral memory in every note. The lullaby our grandmothers wrote, not on paper, but in hum refrains, soothing babies despite the chains of poverty, racism, urban plight. Summertime lullabies through the night. On Harlem stoops, mothers rocked and sang, while police sirens and church bells rang. The juxtaposition of beauty and struggle, that's the summertime we had to juggle. Miles Davis played it, Coltrane blew the melody through modal phases new. Each generation reimagined the song, made it fit where they belong. Hip-hop sampled it countless times, from DJs, Jazzy Jeff to underground rhymes. The lullaby became a boom bap bass, slow tempo, heavy bass, taking up space in the cultural consciousness forever. But we must remember, sever the romantic notion from the reality. Summertime wasn't always vitality. For black folks it was complex feeling, freedom and oppression both revealing. So when we flip it to this boom bap sound, we honor both the beauty and the battleground. Oh, summertime and the living ain't easy. Tenement heat got the whole block queasy. Fish ain't jumping, cotton ain't high. Papa's struggling, mama's getting by. Summertime in the city's grip, Harlem summer, just trying not to slip. One of these mornings we gonna rise, till then we sing these lullabies. Gershwin's melody, Billie's soul, Harlem's reality made it whole. From opera stage to tenement floor, the lullaby means so much more than easy living and jumping fish. It's the bittersweet of every wish we had for children in summer's heat, that one day they know life more sweet. Summertime and the living ain't easy. Damn it, he got the whole block queasy. Fish jumping, cotton ain't high. Papa's struggling, mama's getting by. Summertime in the city's grip. Harlem summer, just try not to slip. One of these mornings we gonna rise. Till then we sing these lullabies. Till then we sing these lullabies. Gershwin's melody, Billie's soul. Harlem's reality made it whole. From opera stage to tenement floor, the lullaby means so much more than easy living and jumping fish. It's the bittersweet of every wish we had for children in summer's heat, that one day they know life more sweet. Now it's a standard, performed worldwide, but the Harlem version can't be denied as the most authentic interpretation. Despite the song's white appropriation, we made it ours through lived experience. Our suffering gave it reference to real summertime and real black life, beauty and struggle, joy and strife. The lullaby soothes but also tells the truth about our living hells, transformed to heaven through mother's voice. We didn't have much but we had choice to sing our babies' dreams of better days, to rise up singing, find new ways. Summertime in the tenement tonight, tomorrow morning we take flight. Hush little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna fly. Summertime in Harlem, over the lullaby ends never.
Cab Calloway, the hidey-ho man, Minnie the Moocher, let me tell you about a plan.
1931, Cab dropped the classic tale. Minnie the Moocher and Smokey Joe prevail as Harlem's most infamous fictional pair. Street hustlers living without a care. But let's talk about Cab, the man himself. Born in Rochester, but Harlem brought the wealth. Took over Duke's spot at the Cotton Club, became the house band. Earned his rub with white audiences who loved the show. The zoot suits, the dancing, the hidey-ho. Call and response got the whole crowd moving. Cab was performance, always improving on a standard jazz vocalist mode. He was entertainer, stories he told through scat and slang. Created his own language, Hepster's dictionary, that's how he managed.
Hidey, 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 hidey. Holy, 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 holy.
Minnie the Moocher on the block, you know. Cab Calloway with that cipher flow.
Hidey, 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 hidey. Holy, 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 holy.
From the Cotton Club stage to the street below, that's how the Harlem scat would go. Minnie was a red-hot hoochie coocher. Smokey Joe was her cocaine user. The song told stories white folks found exotic, but for Harlem it was almost hypnotic. How Cab coded street life and scat singing, drug culture, sex work, everything that happened in the shadows of the Renaissance, while intellectuals had their elegant dance. The working class lived Minnie the Moocher, survival hustles, that's the future for folks who couldn't write or paint. Street life ain't for the faint. Cab romanticized it, made it entertainment, but underneath was real containment of poverty, addiction, desperate measures hidden in the songs, melodic treasures. The hidey-ho became Cab's signature move, call and response, getting crowds in the groove, yeah, performance, not just singing. Cab was dancing, arms always swinging, white zoot suit, tails flying high, 20-piece orchestra, my oh my, the spectacle was part of the beauty appeal, but was it minstrelsy or keeping it real? That's the question haunted Cab's career. Was he entertaining or playing the fair? And stereotypes white audiences held, or was he subverting stories he spelled in code that black folks understood? The hustle life in the neighborhood, probably both. That's the complexity of performing blackness with complicity. Cab made Minnie in the Betty Boop cartoon, 1932. Brought his tune to animation, bizarre and wild. Surreal images, nothing was mild. Walrus dancing, ghostly figures appearing. The song's drug references interfering with wholesome image cartoons supposed to have. But Cab's performance made them laugh at the absurdity and the artistry both. He walked that line, took the oath to entertain while staying true to Harlem's reality. What we knew, the song outlasted the Renaissance. Sarah became a standard, nothing could compare her to Cab's original version. Still the best, Hottie Hope put him above the rest. She messed around with Smokey, Hottie Hope. He took her down to Chinatown, Hottie Hop. Showed her how to kick the gong around, Hottie Hope. Now that's some coded language underground. Kick the gong, men smoking opium. Harlem slang, the streets compendium. Cab documented in his hipster's dictionary. Jive talk, slang necessary for navigating Harlem's coded world, where every phrase a meaning swirl. Fast forward to hip-hop, 80s came, sampling Cab, keeping alive the flame of call and response. Coded language, slang creation, new age manage of street culture through entertainment. Cab was proto-rapper, no containment of his verbal creativity and flow. Scat singing's rhythm, watch it grow into rap patterns. Decades later, Cab Calloway, the innovator who paved the way without knowing for hip-hop seeds he was sowing. Minnie the Moocher in the cipher now. Boom bap drums, we take a bow to Cab's legacy, complex and true, from Hottie Ho to hip-hop's crew. Cab Calloway, the Hottie Ho man supreme. Minnie the Moocher, the ultimate scheme, from 1931 to forevermore. The cipher continues, that's what it's for. Hottie ha, hottie, hottie ho. Hottie, hottie ho. Hottie, hottie ho. Hottie, hottie, hottie ho.
Louis Armstrong, 1967. Sang about a wonderful world, like heaven. But let's rewind to when Satchmo was young, in Harlem's Renaissance, where his horn was sung. Born in New Orleans, 1901. Poverty and struggle, where life begun. Learned trumpet in a boys' home, reform school. Music saved him, became his tool for escaping the cycle, breaking the chain. Moved to Chicago, then Harlem came, calling his name in the 1920s. Armstrong arrived with talents plenty, changed jazz forever with his solo style. Before him, collective urbanization, wow. Louis made the individual voice supreme. Every note he played was part of the dream of what jazz could be, where it could go from ensemble music to the solo show. Armstrong was the bridge, the transformative force that set modern jazz on its course. I see trees of green, red roses too, but Harlem taught me what struggle do to beauty born from pain and strife. And I think to myself, what a wonderful life. I see skies of blue, clouds of white. The Renaissance showed me the fight for cultural space in a hostile place. What a wonderful world we had to face.
Fletcher Henderson. 1924, his star ascended, but Louis was different. Too raw, too bold for the arranged jazz Henderson controlled. Louis wanted to swing, to improvise freely. The tension grew eventually. He left and formed the Hot Five Band, recording sessions that would withstand time itself. Western blues in 28 single-handedly elevated jazz to a state of high art, not just entertainment. Louis Armstrong's cultural containment breaker, he made jazz respectable while keeping it soulful, not forgettable or sanitized for white consumption. His genius allowed no assumption that black music was primitive sound. Louis proved we were the most profound. Trees of green, red roses too, but Harlem taught me what struggle do to beauty born from pain and strife. And I think to myself, what a wonderful life. I see skies of blue, clouds of white. The Renaissance showed me the fight for cultural space in a hostile place. What a wonderful world we had to face. But Louis faced criticism from his own for grinning too much. Uncle Tom Tone, some said he played the white folks' comfort, made them feel safe, didn't discomfort. Their prejudice is just entertained, while civil rights battles remain unfought by Louis, or so they claim. Miles Davis, younger generation blame Armstrong for setting back the race with his public persona, his smiling face. But Louis knew what they didn't see, that survival required strategy. He opened doors by being palatable, made white audiences relatable to black genius, then pushed them further. His smile was armor, not surrender. The wonderful world he sang about later. In 67, Vietnam, creator of protest and chaos, civil rights burning. Louis sang optimism while the country was turning inside out with rage and fear. Some called it tone deaf, insincere, but Louis was old by then, seen it all. From Jim Crow South to integration's call. He'd lived through every iteration of America's racial equation and still found beauty worth celebrating. Not naive but dedicating his art to hope, not despair, even when life wasn't fair. That's the Harlem Renaissance spirit. Create beauty so the world can hear it. What a wonderful world. But wonderful doesn't mean easy. The Renaissance taught us that clearly. We made beauty in the midst of hell. That's the story we must tell. Not sanitized, not simplified, but the complex truth that we survived and thrived and created and loved. Despite everything pushed and shoved against us, we still rose. That's the wonderful world Louis chose to celebrate, not because it was perfect, but because we made it worth it. Louis Armstrong died in 71, just as the Renaissance's sons and daughters were being rediscovered. The Harlem legacy recovered by a new generation seeking roots. Louis was part of those cultural fruits that sustained us through the decades. His trumpet solo serenades still teach musicians how to swing, how to make an instrument sing with human voice, with soul intact. That's the wonderful world fact we create against all odds. Cultural gods, despite the frauds who tried to claim our genius, Louis proved they can't demean us. The babies crying, I watch them grow, learning more than I'll ever know. That line from Louis' famous song reminds us we must pass along the lessons of the Renaissance era to the next generation. Make it clearer that our culture's not just entertainment, it's survival, it's containment of our history, our struggle, our joy. Every creative tool we employ is a weapon against erasure. Louis knew this, made it his pleasure to preserve black music's integrity while achieving mainstream celebrity. That's the tightrope he walked daily, smiling face but calculated, not gaily. I see trees of green, red roses too, but Harlem taught me what struggle do to beauty born from pain and strife. And I think to myself, what a wonderful life. I see skies of blue, clouds of white. The Renaissance showed me the fight for cultural space in a hostile place. What a wonderful world we had to face.
Ellington, 1930. Mood indigo when the night gets dirty. Duke composed it, 1930 drop. Mood indigo, the sadness couldn't be stopped. From seeping through every note he played, 3-minute masterpiece, foundation laid for melancholy jazz that hits the soul. Not happy swing, but something whole. Different, darker, more complex emotion. Duke captured the Renaissance devotion to expressing the full range of black feeling. Not just joy, but pain revealing through minor chords and muted horns, the blues that come when hope is worn. Then by struggle, by constant fight, to exist with dignity and right in a country that denied our humanity. Duke turned that pain to sonic clarity.
You ain't been blue, no, 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 till you've had that Harlem Renaissance flow. Mood indigo, that's the feeling deep when the struggle's so heavy you can't sleep. You ain't been blue, not like we've been fighting to create. Why they tryna win against our very existence, our right to be. Mood indigo, that's the key.
The Renaissance had its dark side too. Not everything was subatory breakthrough. Depression lurked behind the creative burst. Many artists struggle, felt the worst of poverty despite their talent shine. Mood indigo captured that fine line between artistic achievement and personal life's displacement. Wallace Thurman died at 32. Alcoholism, what it do to brilliant minds who couldn't cope with the pressure. Lost all hope. Nella Larson disappeared from view after plagiarism accusations flew. The Renaissance ate some of its children. Mood indigo described what they were feeling.
Been blue. No, 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 till you had that Harlem Renaissance flow. Mood indigo, that's the feeling deep when the struggle's so heavy you can't sleep. You ain't been blue, not like we've been fighting to create. While they tryna win against our very existence, our right to be. Mood indigo, that's the key.
Duke himself dealt with contradiction, playing Cotton Club, the restriction of whites, only audience is watching, while his genius kept on clocking, composition after composition, creating art despite the condition of segregation of second-class status. Duke's mood indigo was the apparatus for expressing what words couldn't say, the complex emotions of the day when you celebrated, integrated both, when you take the artist's oath to create despite the circumstances. Duke took those painful chances and turned them into beauty eternal. The blues became his journal. The song became a standard played by every jazz musician who made their mark on the tradition's tree. Each version held melancholy, slightly different, but the same mood indigo. The perfect name for that specific shade of blue that only black artists knew. From lived experience, from survival, from cultural arrival in spaces that both loved and hated us. Duke's genius never faded trust. He documented through his orchestra the full spectrum, not just the extra happy moments, but the sad ones too. Mood indigo, forever true.
Always get that mood indigo. Since my baby said goodbye, in the evening when the lights are low, I'm so lonesome I could cry.
Fast forward to boom bap, we sampled Duke. Every producer took a look at his catalog for that perfect loop. Mood indigo in the Cipher, group of beats that make you nod your head while contemplating what's been said about struggle, about pain, about blues. Hip-hop's just another way we choose to express the mood indigo feeling. It comes from the daily dealing with systemic oppressions. Wait, Duke in 1930, we in the state in 2026. Same blues, different era, the mood persists. Couldn't be clearer that we still fighting for the same respect. Duke's mood indigo, we still detect. Nina Simone covered it with rage, not just sadness on the stage, but anger at the condition that created the mood's position in black music as a central theme. The blues ain't just a sad dream, it's political, it's resistance, it's continued existence. Despite everything designed to break us, every note Duke played could shake us into awareness, into action. Mood indigo, the subtraction of joy by racist circumstance, but also the advance of beauty despite the pain. Duke made sure it would remain.
You ain't been blue, no, 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 till you had that Harlem Renaissance flow. Mood indigo, that's the feeling deep when the struggle's so heavy you can't sleep. You ain't been blue, not like we've been fighting to create. While they tryna win against our very existence, our right to be. Mood indigo, that's the key.
Duke Ellington knew the blues. Not country blues, but urban news of sophisticated pain and struggle. Mood indigo, the perfect juggle of beauty and melancholy both. That's the Renaissance artist's oath. To feel it all, to express it true. Mood indigo, forever blue.
Yeah. Fats Waller, 1937. When the joint is jumping, that's heaven. Yeah. Thomas Fats Waller, the stride piano king, made every key on that keyboard sing. Born in Harlem, 1904. Learned from James P, then wanted more than just playing. He was entertainer, comedy, music, no restrainer. Could hold back his larger than life presence. The Renaissance needed his essence. The joint is jumping became the anthem for rent parties where the folks would handsome. Pay 25 cents at the door to help neighbors pay rent and more. Bootleg liquor, fried fish, collard greens. Piano in the corner, Harlem scenes of community survival through celebration. Fast capture that cultural foundation.
The joint is jumping, the joint is jumping.
From Harlem rent parties, we ain't bluffing when the music's right and the vibe is tight.
The joint is jumping,
all through the night.
the joint is jumping.
Let's celebrate the Renaissance legacy. Ain't nothing fake. From stride piano to boom bap drums.
The joint is jumping.
Here it comes. Rent parties were economic necessity, but fast turned struggle to festivity. Every weekend, someone throwing a party. Survive together. That's being hardy in the face of depression, in the face of hate. Harlem found ways to celebrate, not ignoring pain, but dancing through it. Fats Waller showed us how to do it. With humor, with joy, with stride piano style. Make them laugh, make them dance all the while. Teaching them survival through community. The joint is jumping with unity, a purpose of culture, of shared experience. That's the Harlem Renaissance appearance. Not just elite intellectual salons, but everyday folks getting their groove on night.
The joint is jumping, the joint is jumping.
From Harlem rent parties, we ain't bluffing when the music's right and the vibe is tight.
The joint is jumping,
all through the night.
the joint is jumping.
Let's celebrate the Renaissance legacy. Ain't nothing fake. From stride piano to boom bap drums.
The joint is jumping.
Here, Fats wrote hundreds of songs. Prolific creator, ain't misbehaving. Made him even greater in the pantheon of jazz composers. But he never lost touch with the folks, the soldiers of everyday life in Harlem streets. His music had accessible beats, not overly complex, just pure feeling. That's what made his art so appealing to both high society and working class. Fats could play for any crowd that would pass through his sphere. He was universal in his appeal. Nothing was rehearsed. All natural talent, natural charisma. Created his own artistic plasma that influenced generations after. Comedy and music, joy and laughter. Died young, only 39 years old, 1943. His story told through the music he left behind. Pneumonia took him, but his mind lives on in every stride piano played. Every rent party vibe that's made in hip-hop culture. Block parties descended from what Fats in Harlem defended. The right to celebrate despite oppression. Music has communal expression of resistance, joy and survival both. Fats Waller took that oath to keep the joint jumping no matter what. To never let the struggle shut down the party, the community, the vibe. That's how black culture stays alive.
When you're here, don't be square. We ain't square. The joint is jumping everywhere.
Everywhere.
From Harlem's past to hip-hop's present.
Right.
The Renaissance was heaven sent.
Heaven sent.
Fats on piano, boom bap on drums.
Let's go.
The joint is jumping, here it comes.
Here it comes.
So we close this playlist the only way we can. With celebration with the plan to honor the Harlem Renaissance, right?
Hey.
Not just the struggle, but the fight. Through joy, through art, through community strong. Through rent parties where we all belong.
Through Fats Waller stride, piano groove. Through every cultural move we made to survive and thrive and create beauty.
Despite the hate, the joint is jumping in 2026, same as it did in the Harlem mix of 1920 through 30s in. The tradition continues, we defend the legacy through boom bap beats. The joint is jumping in these streets.
The joint is jumping, the joint is jumping.
From Harlem rent parties,
We ain't bluffing.
when the music's right and the vibe is tight.
The joint is jumping,
All through the night,
the joint is jumping.
let's celebrate. The Renaissance legacy ain't nothing fake. From stride piano to boom bap drums.
The joint is jumping,
Here it comes. Yeah. The joint is jumping.
the joint is jumping.
Harlem to the world, we steady thumping. Chronicles and Classic Volume 2 complete. The joint is jumping to the beat. Yo, from Langston to Zora, Claude to Josephine, from Duke to Cab to Billie's Dream, from Louis to Fast. The legends live on in boom bap beats. From dusk to dawn, the Harlem Renaissance never ended. Just evolved, transformed, transcended to hip-hop culture to this very day. The joint is jumping, here to stay.
Harlem Renaissance.
Rhythms complete.